Hi everyone, my name is Samantha. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Sewing in Switzerland. So today I've got 5 great cardigan options perfect for autumn or fall layering pieces that I want to share with you. They look like relatively easy makes if you've encountered knit fabrics before. If you haven't, give it a go anyway. That's my advice. Give it a go. You can absolutely do anything you put your mind to. There's plenty of information out there. Feel free to message me and I will happily share my knit sewing knowledge with you as well. So yeah, I always say if you've got enough determination, you can do anything. So yeah, I've got 5 patterns for you. They're pretty good ones, if I say so. So we're looking at slightly more structured, and then on the other end of the scale, we've also got really kind of loose and flowy ones. So yeah, I've got a pretty good range, I think. So before we get into it, if you're new here, hello. If you are a returning subscriber, then hello, hi. I'm very happy that you're all here. Do please think about liking and subscribing to my content if you enjoy it. I've recently been demonetized due to a bereavement in my family. So I'm trying to get back over the threshold of watch hours. I need to get like 1,000 or so more watch hours. So if you could please interact with my content, it would make me very, very happy and very, very grateful. Thank you. So let's get into it. The first, sorry, I've got it. The first designer is Juliana Martejevs. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. Or Juliana Martejevs. Although it's a German company, so I think it's Juliana Martejevs. I'll put the link and the written name all in the description, and you can correct me with my pronunciation that I've tried really hard. I practiced in the mirror, okay? I tried really hard. So the first one is a cardigan pattern called the Carlotta. This is actually a German designer. They're based out of Berlin, but they have translated their patterns into French and English as well, and obviously German. So it's available in 3 languages. So don't worry if, you know, German isn't a language that you speak. So I love this little cardigan. It's got the little bound buttons, the little puff sleeves. It's just perfect for throwing on. It's lightweight, it's cozy, it's comfy. It's cheap. It's just under 10 euros, I think. Sizing is XS to XXL, I believe. I'll double check that and put the information in the comments because I've written XS, so clearly I've got a typo. So yeah, it's nice. It's a little bit different because you've got the larger bound buttons on this pattern, and obviously the slight puff sleeve there. So if you're looking for something that fits like an ordinary cardigan but has a little bit something extra, this could be one for you. I really like it. I really like the shape. If you are looking for something that is more traditional in the cardigan department, you know, like the first thing that you think of when you think cardigan. So a longer sleeve, you know, a slightly higher neckline there, smaller buttons, more buttonholes. Then there's this one, and it's called the basic cardigan. I was thinking I'd written it wrong there, but it's just a basic cardigan. It's also a bit cheaper. It's €7.95, but with the same size range. So yeah, so if you're looking for that kind of traditional cardigan shape, this could be a good one for you. It's very cheap. It's at the really low end of the price range that we often see here. So yeah, it's pretty nice. I'm a fan. Big fan of cardigans. Anyway, I often don't sew enough cardigans actually. I tend to crochet them or knit them and then wear my knitwear like that. But I actually do think I'm going to have a go at making more cardigan, you know, knit, sewn up cardigans. Yeah. Okay, so the next one is the Style Arc company. And it's the Kira knit top. Now I have gone rogue, okay? It's not technically a cardigan, but it was too cute to not include. So you'll have to forgive me on this one, because I wanted to share it with you. It's got this gorgeous like crossover shape that's very kind of curved at the bottom. So you've got a lot of movement and a lot of gorgeous shaping and kind of draping in that as well. I think if you wore this over like just a plain vest top, or you know, something a little bit more fitted, then it would fit really, really wonderfully. But if you had it over something a little bit more structured, like a shirt or like a boxy t-shirt, I don't think it would look as good. But what I really wanted to draw your eye to is the sleeves. So we've got these huge sleeve pieces that are then gathered into this cuff. And I just feel like if autumn was a sleeve, it would be this sleeve, right? It's just really stunning, and it just gives me real autumn vibes on this sleeve. So yeah, this is autumn sleeve. Sizes are 4 to 30, and it's about $11 US. Again, depending on the exchange rate. So I think it's about 17 Australian dollars. And then about $11 US, depending on the day, on the exchange rate. So yeah, I like it. I know I've gone rogue. It's not technically a cardigan, but I think it's cute. You know, if you were doing a bit of yoga or some like workout stuff, or just running to the shops, maybe with some leggings. I don't know, let me know what you think. So the next one is the Itch to Stitch Teifi cardigan. I believe it's pronounced Teifi. So yeah, this is a very structured, very gorgeous spin on a cardigan. It uses a structured knit, and it's very, very reminiscent of like a Chanel boucle jacket, right? You've got that kind of chest pockets there. The shape is very kind of Chanel. I feel like you would wear this if you wanted to be comfortable, but you needed to be in a smart situation. I don't know if you can hear Team Potatoes in the background yelling. They want to be in the video, but unfortunately, Spud had a bladder infection, like a UTI that she couldn't get rid of, and she has really bad allergies. And I didn't want to bring her into the sewing room because of all like the textiles and the fabrics that I've got here. And textiles are obviously very, very dusty materials, and she's allergic to dust. So I didn't want to like her allergies to then interfere with her immune system already being a little bit lower. She has cancer that we deal with when it comes up. We get the lumps removed, and she lives a very ordinary, very, very happy life. But I just try to not have her immune system affected and like lowered. I try and, you know, so with it being so hot in here and all the textile dust, I've not really brought them in. So if you can hear them in the background yelling, that is why she is yelling, because she is not in here on camera where she should be. So yeah, back to the very easily distracted today. Back to the cardigan. So it's a really great sizing range, as we come to expect with Itch to Stitch. It is 00 to 40, which translates to a 62-inch hip, and it's about $13 US. Says it's an intermediate pattern, but if you've worked with knit fabrics before, or you've made buttonholes before, and you've made it perhaps a collar before, then I would say give it a go. Just take it slow. Maybe practice on some, you know, like a toil or whatever before you use the good fabric. But I don't think that the skills required are that difficult. I think it's just a combination of it being a knit fabric. So yeah, if you are not happy or not so skilled with buttonholes, you could just like make the placket up and then like not add the buttonholes and just like leave it as an open jacket. That would look really good as well, I think. So yeah, I love it. It's really great because it's comfortable and you can look smart, which, you know, is what I go for in most patterns, to be honest. So the next one is the other end of the scale. It's a pattern designer called Allie. not Ellie, Allie Olson, and it's called the Neffy cardigan. So we've got nothing going on here but stretch, drape, flowy materials happening, right? We've got this gorgeous kind of waterfall like style draping here. And in some of the pictures she's kind of wrapped it around and secured it with a little belt that looks really good. So yeah, it's an easy, relaxed throw-on cardigan that you can just pop on with leggings, something elasticated, and just be really comfortable and happy. So yeah, it's another reason that I included this is it reminds me of the 2014, this is very specific, 2014 Tumblr aesthetic. Now, I don't know what ages you're all watching or if you used Tumblr back in the day, but this is kind of very reminiscent of the 2014 Tumblr aesthetic. If you're not familiar with that, I'll put a link in the description to a Vogue article that details what the 2014 Tumblr aesthetic actually is. It's like a whole thing, it's a whole movement, it's its own thing. And you can read about it, but there aren't really any pictures. So if you just do a Google search of 2014 Tumblr, then it should come up and give you a very, very clear image straight away, very clear visual on what that is. But that kind of waterfall style drapey cardigan, especially in like a grey or a navy, is very, very reminiscent of that era. So yeah, very, very gorgeous. Sizes are 0 to 30 and it's 15 francs, Swiss francs. I'm afraid my exchange rates are all over the place. I don't know why certain currencies come up and not others, but there we go. So these style of cardigans are actually very easy to sew. You just need a bit of time because they're very fabric heavy. Like, they don't look it, but to get that drape and that kind of waterfall imagery that we've got here, it easily takes about 4 to 5 meters of fabric. So just be aware of that if you're making a waterfall style pattern, the cardigan pattern, to check how much fabric it takes, because they are very fabric hungry, these types of patterns. So they're not very difficult in their construction by any means, but you will spend what feels like 15 years of your life hemming, to be perfectly honest. But other than that, it's not a difficult sew for these types of patterns at all. So yeah, let me know what you think. Are you a cardigan lover? I like layers. I do like layers. I do like different textures as well. So I'm definitely going to get into my cardigan game actually. So yeah, let me know what you think, or if you have any cardigan patterns that are like TNTs, like tried and tested, that you swear by and kind of come back to again and again. I tried to include ones that were a little bit different from like the normal, very, very well-known cardigan patterns, like the Marlowe sweater. I know is a fan favourite of everybody's. But yeah, do let me know if you have any recommendations for me, because I would be very, very grateful. And thank you so much, and I will see you all soon. Bye.